Hello, welcome back to Zoology PYQs. Today's PYQs are: which of the following represents the order of horse? Options are like this: Equidae, Perissodactyla, Cabalus, Ferus. The Equidae is the family name and the Perissodactyla is the order name and Cabalus is the subspecies name and Ferus is the species name of the horse. So, the correct answer is Perissodactyla. The next question: out of X pairs of ribs, in humans only Y pairs are true ribs. Select the option that correctly represents values of X and Y and provides their explanation. Here they have given X and Y. So, X pairs, that means how many number of pairs, and Y pairs, that is the name of the ribs. Here they have given 4 options. Option number 1, X equal to 12, the 12 is the 12 pairs, Y equal to 7, okay, that is also 7 pairs. And see, true ribs are attached to dorsally to vertebral column and ventrally to the sternum. Option 2, X is 12 and Y is 5. True ribs are attached to dorsally to vertebral column and sternum on the 2 ends. Option 3, X equal is 24, Y is 7. True ribs are dorsally attached to the vertebral column but are free on ventral side. 4, X is 24, Y is 12. True ribs are dorsally attached to the vertebral column but are free on ventral side. But actually, see here, X pairs ribs, actually ribs are 12 pairs. Among 12 pairs, the true ribs are the first 7 pairs. The 8th, 9th and 10th pairs of ribs are the false ribs and the 11th and 12th ribs are the floating ribs. Okay. So, based on this point, we can say this is the first answer. The first answer is right one. So, true ribs are attached to dorsally to ventral column and ventrally to the sternum directly, that is 7. Okay. Right. The next question is: match the following sexually transmitted diseases, that is they kept under column 1 with their causative agent in the column 2 and select the correct option. So, in column 1 they have given gonorrhea, syphilis, genital warts, AIDS as transmitted diseases. In column 2, causative organisms like HIV, Neisseria, Treponema, human papilloma virus. Here gonorrhea is caused by Neisseria gonorrhoeae. Syphilis is caused by Treponema pallidus. Genital warts are caused by human papilloma virus and AIDS is caused by HIV. So, our option is 1. Yeah, options are like this: 1, A2, that is A2, B3, C4 and D1. So, option 1 is right answer. The next question: capacitation occurs in, this is the topic related to the sperm capacitation. The sperm capacitation, actually capacitation occurs in the vas deferens, epididymis, rete testis or in the female reproductive tract. So, let us see, vas deferens, epididymis, rete testis are the parts of the male reproductive system. In vas deferens, the sperms are transported and in epididymis the sperms will be stored and they will get maturation, and the retracted testes are the parts which can transport the sperms, but the female reproductive tract where the sperms will undergo a capacitation, that is the modification, that is the sexual maturity. For example, in female reproductive tract secretions will be released. Such secretions will affect or work on the acrosome. So, acrosome will be denaturated and they will be changed, that is the breakage of acrosome and functional maturity. Takes place in the female reproductive tract. So, capacitation occurs in the female reproductive tract. The next question, serum differs from the blood in lacking globins, lacking albumins, lacking clotting factors and lacking antibodies. Actually, what is meant by serum? Serum is nothing but light or pale yellow color, or it may be called as straw colored. That is, after clotting, blood oozes out. After blood clotting, the serum oozes out, that is the plasma. The plasma without proteins and without clotting factors will come out, that is, the answer is lacking of clotting factors mainly. So, not lacking of globulins, not lacking of albumins, not lacking of antibodies. Antibodies, albumins, globulins will be found in the serum and no clotting factors are found in the serum. So, answer is C. Hypersecretion of growth hormone in adults does not cause further increase in height because options are like this. The first option is hypophyseal plates close after adolescence. Option number 2, bones lose their sensitivity to growth hormone in adults. Option number 3, muscle fibers do not grow in size after birth. Fourth, option 4, growth hormone becomes inactive in adults. Let us see, here there is a picture, that is the longitudinal section of the bone, that is the lengthy bone, long bone. In long bones there are in long bones there are epiphyseal regions, that is epiphysis at two ends and diaphysis at the middle, that is shaft. Then both the ends of epiphysis will show a growth and development of the bones. That means, in these areas cells like calcium, phosphorus will be added. So, automatically growth of the bone takes place in the epiphyseal plate. If suppose the plate is formed between the epiphysis and diaphysis, that is at metaphysis, suppose here there will be a metaphysis. So, here the metaphyseal plate is formed, that is epiphyseal plate is formed. If the epiphyseal plate is formed during adolescence, automatically the length of the bone will be stopped. So, the first option is correct one. Second option, bones lose their sensitivity to growth hormone in adults. No, muscle fibers do not grow in size after birth, can show a growth, growth hormone becomes inactive in adults? No, growth will be found as horizontally in all tissues. So, first option is correct for this question. Next question. Yeah, GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone. GnRH, it is a hypothalamic hormone needed in reproduction, acts on. Option number 1, anterior pituitary gland and stimulates secretion of LH and FSH. Option number 2, posterior pituitary gland and stimulates secretion of oxytocin and FSH. Option number 3, posterior pituitary gland and stimulates secretion of LH and relaxin. Option number 4, anterior pituitary gland and stimulates secretion of LH and oxytocin. Let us see. Here there is a picture of a pituitary gland. Pituitary gland has three lobes actually, that is anterior lobe, posterior lobe and a middle lobe. Anterior lobe will secrete FSH and LH from ovaries and testes, and growth hormone for the ovaries and testes, FSH and LH are released from the anterior pituitary gland to act on the ovaries and testes to release the ova and sperms respectively. Next, growth hormone is also released from the anterior pituitary gland, which works on the bones to promote the development of the bones and tissues. Then MSH, melanocyte stimulating hormone, is released from the middle lobe of the pituitary gland. Next, PRL, prolactin. Prolactin is released from the anterior pituitary gland, which acts on the mammary gland in females to secrete to produce milk. Next, ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone, is also released from the anterior pituitary gland, which acts on the adrenal gland to secrete adrenal hormones. Then TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, also from the anterior pituitary gland, which acts on the thyroid gland to secrete thyroid hormone, that is thyroxine. Next, ADH, oxytocin are the two hormones released from the posterior pituitary gland. These two hormones, that is ADH and oxytocin, are released from the posterior pituitary gland, which acts on the kidney, uterus of the smooth muscles and mammary glands of the females. So, our answer will be, see, anterior pituitary gland, see, LH and FSH. Anterior pituitary gland and stimulates secretion of LH and FSH. That is the right answer. Why? Because the second option is posterior pituitary gland, wrong answer, and stimulates the oxytocin and FSH. So, it is also wrong. Why? Because posterior pituitary gland is not responsible for the FSH. Posterior, third option, posterior pituitary gland, here only it is wrong, posterior, right. So, next, anterior pituitary gland, okay, and stimulates secretion of LH, correct, but oxytocin is not correct. Oxytocin is released from the posterior pituitary gland. So, our option is first one. Thank you. Next question. Which of the following hormones can play a significant role in osteoporosis? Osteoporosis, actually it is a age related problem found in the females. Let us see options. The first option is estrogen and parathyroid hormone. Second option is progesterone and aldosterone. Third option is aldosterone and prolactin. Then fourth option is parathyroid hormone and prolactin. See, it is a age related hormone. Being a age related problem, osteoporosis generally occur in females after menopause. Menopause is the stage, cessation of the menstrual cycle. Menopause in females after 45 to 50 years, right. So, the first option is estrogen and parathyroid hormone. Estrogen is responsible, for example, estrogen play important role in the development of the releasing of the calcium ions, and parathyroid hormone. Parathyroid hormone is the responsible for the absorption of calcium ions from the bones into the blood. So, these two hormones, if the parathyroid hormone secretion will be more, excessive calcium ions will be trapped from the bones into the blood, then osteoporosis occurs. So, the first option is right one. What about second one? Progesterone. Progesterone is a pregnancy hormone and aldosterone is a salt absorbing hormone which is secreted from the posterior pituitary gland during metabolic activities from the kidneys. So, next aldosterone and prolactin. Prolactin is the hormone released from the anterior pituitary gland in the female adults after or during the pregnancy and even after delivery also. Next, parathyroid hormone is correct, but prolactin is not correct. So, our option is first one, estrogen and parathyroid hormones. Next question. Myelin sheath is produced by. Myelin sheath is produced. Myelin sheath is a sheath which is found outside the axon of the neurons. So, if the myelin sheath is present in the on the axon, then they are called myelinated neurons. Let us see options. Myelin sheath is produced by astrocytes and Schwann cells. Number 2, oligodendrocytes and osteoclasts. Number 3, osteoclasts and astrocytes. Number 4, Schwann cells and oligodendrocytes. See, here there is a picture, that is the these are the neuroglial cells. Here they have given mostly neuroglial cells. So, except osteoclasts. So, right. See, oligodendrocytes are the responsible for the production of myelin sheath, and this is the axon and the microglial cells. The microglial cells are the cells, okay, right. These cells help in the connection. Next, astrocytes. Astrocytes are also having a connection which connects to the next neuron and which transmit the acetylcholine or neurotransmitter to the another neurons. Next, then here Schwann cells. Schwann cell is also cells. Schwann cells generally, these are the cells found in the Schwann cells are the cells found in the PNS, peripheral neural system, and oligodendrocytes are present in CNS, central nervous system. So, the PNS Schwann cells and CNS oligodendrocyte cells unite to form, both can develop or form or produce the myelin sheath around the neuron. So, our option is fourth one. Next question. The pivot joint between atlas and axis is a type of. The pivot joint between atlas and axis is a type of. So, the first vertebra is atlas and second vertebra is axis. The first cervical vertebra is atlas, second cervical vertebra is axis. Both unite to form, that is, a synovial joint, right, or it is also called as a pivot joint, a type of synovial joint, that is pivot joint, right. So, whereas the cartilaginous joints are found where the ribs are attaching to the sternum, okay, and also pubic symphysis. Next, fibrous joint is the best example, that is a pubic symphysis and skull bones, right. Next, none of the above. So, our option is synovial joint. Synovial joints can move with the help of synovial fluid. The synovial fluid is present between the atlas and axis, which can rotate to some directions. So, option is synovial joint. Thank you for watching this video.